Hi students, welcome to chemistry online classes. In the previous class I discussed about the nomenclature and isomerism. Now preparation of alkyne. In the first one method is calcium carbide. This is industrial method. In industrial method we will prepare the large amount of the compound. So how to prepare this? Calcium carbide formula CaC2. Then step by step method is there. This is first one step is calcium carbonate. Its name limestone. Limestone on heating it gives a calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide name is known as a quicklime. This quicklime treated with the carbon, then it converts to calcium carbide plus carbon monoxide. This calcium carbide on hydrolysis, calcium carbide formula, because we know that calcium valency is 2, then 1 1. So 1 plus 1 2, calcium always shows the plus 2 oxidation state, it means 2 bonded form, and this carbon having the valency 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. This is a carbon valency and calcium valency is satisfied on hydrolysis. Reaction with water, what do you call hydrolysis. Now it form ethane and calcium hydroxide. This is balanced equation. It is named ethane. Here how many carbons are there? 2. 1 plus 1 2. 1 calcium 2 oxygen 2 oxygen. Hydrogens are 4. Then here 2 hydrogen, here 2 hydrogen, totally 4. Then for competitive exam purpose, or you may be studied in the second group elements. Now magnesium carbide Mg2C3. This Mg2C3 on hydrolysis, this will gives propine CH3C triple bond CH plus magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide. Now we can balance here 3 carbons are there, 1 2 3 carbons. Magnesium 2 is there, therefore magnesium 2. And oxygens are 2 oxygen 2 into 2 4, therefore here 4. Hydrogens are 4 into 2 8, 3 plus 1 4 4, and here 2 2 into 2 4 4 plus 4 8 oxygen 8 hydrogen balanced. Its name propine. Like this, here not useful this reaction remaining 2, but already you may be studied or not, I don't know. In the S block elements are, that is second group elements. Now beryllium carbide Be2C, aluminum carbide Al4C3. This is also on hydrolysis. This is also on hydrolysis gives methane. This is also gives methane. Actually we are going to prepare which one? Alkyne, but these are alkane. So just to indicate, these are all carbides. Carbides on hydrolysis gives hydrocarbon. Here alkyne also is there and alkane also is there. So to understand that carbide hydrolysis purpose only I am giving these two equations, and this will gives beryllium hydroxide and this will gives aluminum hydroxide. You have to balance this equation. So only thing I want to indicate, these two will give the methane. Therefore these two are known as methanides. Beryllium carbide and aluminum carbides are known as methanides. And calcium carbide gives the acetylene. Therefore these are known as acetylide. Acetylide meaning what is there? Which gives the acetylene on hydrolysis, that is called acetylide. So calcium carbide is known as acetylide. Beryllium carbide and aluminum carbides both are known as a methanide, because on hydrolysis this will give methane. But keep in mind, these are not balanced equation, you balance it. Next another one is, this is the first method. Second method is from vicinal dihalides. Already you know that vicinal means adjacent. Any two groups are adjacent, that is called vicinal. That should be same. Already I told you that this type of representation is known as vicinal. Two halogens are adjacent, therefore these are known as a vicinal dihalide. This is represented VIC hyphen. This is vicinal dihalide. But this is known as XX on same carbon two halogens are present or any hydroxy groups are present or any same groups, two same groups on the same carbon, that is called geminal. So this is gem dihalide. Geminal is simply represented the gem dihalide, vicinal is simply VIC dihalide, that is vicinal mean adjacent, geminal mean that is called twins, it means both are bonded to same carbon. But this is not the vicinal, these are not adjacent. In between this one more carbon is there, look like the adjacent type but not adjacent, therefore this is not the vicinal, this is not vicinal dihalide. Compulsory adjacent required, then only it is called vicinal. Now we will take the one example here. Hydrogen X X X X. So here vicinal halides only, right? Because here 4 are there. Vicinal halides mean 1, 2, 3, 4. It is totally tetra halides. So these are adjacent, these are also adjacent. Anyway, 2 or 4 totally vicinal is there. These are heated with the zinc at nearly 300 degrees Celsius. Zinc valency is 2, then it forms like this, zinc X2. Then like this, how many halogens are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Therefore multiply with the 2. Therefore HCCH. Now hydrogen, carbon, carbon, hydrogen, hydrogen, carbon, carbon, hydrogen. But here valence is not satisfied. Therefore, if these two are out, then one bond form. If these two are out, then one more bond form. Total triple bond formed. Its name ethine. Ethine. But in your textbook given this is the equation, but this is also important for your competitive exam purpose. Now consider same compound. It may be, I want to consider bromine, Br. This is also Br, 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 H, H. Its name 1122 tetra bromo, 1122 tetra bromo. 2 carbon ethane, 1122 tetra bromo ethane. Then instead of here X, I took here bromine. Therefore same zinc at nearly 300 degrees Celsius, you will get the HC triple bond CH plus 2 moles of ZnBr2. Now one example here, Br, Br, or you can write opposite also. This is Br, H, 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 H. Now if you treat this is with the KOH, this is alcoholic KOH. ALC meaning what is that? Alcoholic. Otherwise sometimes they will write on arrow mark here C2H5OH. So both you have to consider this is alcoholic KOH. It may be given ALC, otherwise they may give the formula also. Then already you know that alcoholic KOH is one of the good dehydrohalogenating agent. So one hydrogen, one bromine will be out. So here this is a K plus, this is OH minus. Base meaning what is it? Proton abstractor. It means it takes the proton. Acid and base form salt plus water. Therefore this base takes the proton. And keep in mind generally with alcoholic KOH reaction E2 elimination. Second order elimination reaction. So one K and one Br, they should be opposite. So anyone here, this is a minus KBr, one bromine, one potassium. This is eliminated. Minus means eliminate here. Another one is OH and H, that is form water molecule. So water molecule eliminate and potassium bromide eliminate. After elimination what will be formed? Observe here. H and Br double bond and next one Br already out, then one hydrogen here, one bromine out, one hydrogen out. Then which is formed here? Vinylic bromide. Vinylic bromide. Carefully observe, one bromine, one hydrogen loss, K and Br, KBr out, OH and H, H2 out. Then which is left here? CH2 left. When these two loss, one bond formed, then one bond extra, then CHBr, CHBr. Then if bromine not there, then up to here this is called vinyl, then bromide is there, bromide. Therefore vinylic bromide or vinyl bromide also, right? No problem. Now next step, if you use same alcoholic KOH, if you use next step alcoholic KOH, reaction doesn't proceed. Reason, this bond having the partial double bond character, this is not good eliminating now. Reason, due to lone pair present at the bromine, this will participate in the resonance and it makes the partial double bond character. Bond breaking will be difficult. Otherwise, keep in mind, this carbon is sp2 hybridized carbon. This is also sp2 hybridized carbon. So those atoms are group bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon. Then that bond is short bond, shorter bond having the high bond energy. To break down required energies, it is more, therefore not easily break down with the, this is base but not very strong base. Then what we have to use? Very strong base we have to use. So keep in mind, first step it is okay, loss and form alkene, because here this is bonded to which carbon? This is, for example, this is sp3 hybridized carbon, this is also sp3 hybridized carbon. sp3 hybridized carbon, here bond is longer but here bond is shorter, not easily break. Therefore we have to use any strong base. For example, with this no reaction mean, now I am using here NaNH2, its name sodamide. Sodamide. Na plus NH2 minus. NH2 minus is a very strong base. It can remove any proton which is bonded to double bonded or triple bonded. So that time it is possible. Now you can consider it form H C triple bond CH. NaBr, then along with NaBr out, and this NH2 and 1H, this will form NH3. Now here one hydrogen 1 carbon 1, then double bond, when these two loss, one bond form, then triple bond CH. So what we have to think here, this NH2 takes the proton, this one, this anyone, no problem. So generally I wrote this hydrogen, you can consider this hydrogen taken by this. Now this minus, this is plus. So plus meaning what, that this will be move like this. Then this is plus, this minus, minus and plus bond form. Then NH3, this Na and this Br, NaBr form. Then we got here, this is ethane. But keep in mind, if you are confusion with this is present in your textbook. If you are confusion with this, sir, when we have to use the alcoholic KOH, when you have to use this NaNH2 sodamide, then if you feel difficult in both first and second step, use sodamide only, no problem, because that is very strong base. Okay. Otherwise, then now same example I am taking here, H Br, now anyway write, no problem, this is, and H and Br, H, H. Now same compound I took, then to avoid your confusion I am taking 2 moles of sodamide. 2 moles of sodamide. 1 mole removes this NaBr and NH3. Already we seen here. 1 mole of NH2 removes the NaBr and NH3. Therefore this, and we will get here H H, double bond C, Br and H. This is vinyl bromide. Next step, immediately this is lost and this is lost and gives triple bond. So directly we use it here 2 moles, that's why direct you can write the product. Otherwise these two also you can write here this. Then total how many you will get there? 2 moles of NaBr you will get and 2 moles of NH3 you will get. Clear? So this is very important for PUC also and in competitive exam also. These two methods are present in your textbook. Only some other example I will give here. One more example, that is this is chloroform Cl3C, you can write like this, HCCl3. This is chloroform. Generally you may be seen like this, CHCl3. Anyway you can write, no problem here. The thing is this Cl is lost, that's why I indicated right side, and it is heated with the silver powder with the 2 moles of chloroform. This is also chloroform, this is also chloroform. This is 2 moles. You can write here also 2 directly, but for your convenience purpose I wrote here 2 separate chloroform. Then here chloroform heating with the silver powder, then this will be lost. How many chlorines are there? 3 plus 3, 6 and 1 silver, then it is AgCl, and carefully observe now H, C and here also CH. These are the 2 CH, but there is no bond between this. Then we have to satisfy with the carbon valency 1, 2, 3 with this 4. Here also 3 plus 1, 4. Then this is ethine. Now how many chlorines are there here? 6 chlorines are there. Then here 6 silvers are there. Therefore here 6. This is not there in your textbook, but it will come in the second year. That purpose only I given here. Only 2 methods are there. One method is this is given in your textbook. These are extra I given, and this is present in your textbook. So only 2 are present in your textbook. These are the preparation of alkyne. So many other method also is there. That is when second year comes, that time all equation will be included. No problem. So now properties. In property, the first one property is physical properties. In the physical property, this is resembles to alkene and alkane. Resembles meaning here we are discussing alkyne chapter, therefore alkyne only consider. Otherwise I will write here alkynes resembles to alkene and alkane. Not exactly, it follows the trend. Therefore it resembles to alkene and alkane. Therefore C2, because C1 is not possible here, because in the last class in the nomenclature I given with the 1 carbon alkyne doesn't exist. Therefore with the 2 carbon possible, the 2 carbon alkyne, this is C2 to C4. These are gas. C2 to C4 meaning what is that? Ethine, propine, butane. These are in the form of gas. And C5 to C12 are liquid, and C13 above any other, they are in the form of solid. So any chapter is there, first we have to discuss about their physical state, next one their color or their order, then next one is the solubility, next one is the melting point, boiling point. Every chapter these are the characteristic property we have to discuss. So now I discuss about the physical state. Next one is what is that? Color and order. All are colorless and orderless except ethine. Except, otherwise you can separately discuss with ethine. Alkynes are colorless and odorless. No color, no smell. And ethine, but except ethine has a characteristic smell. The characteristic smell is like garlic smell. This is due to because of maybe pH3 as a impurity or and both combined also, or maybe separate also. Maybe or also word you can use, and also you can use pH3 and H2S, or pH3 or H2S. Due to these impurities present in this ethane, then it has a garlic smell, because sulfur also present in the garlic, you know that. Therefore ethane has a characteristic smell, remaining are no smell, no color. This is also no color, only smell. Ethane has a characteristic smell, that is garlic smell. In your textbook only given characteristic smell, that what is the smell I given here, it is garlic smell or any other property type. Next, solubility. Every chapter same, those are polar, they are soluble in the polar solvent, those are non-polar, they are soluble in the non-polar solvent. Therefore statement is like dissolves like. Like dissolves like meaning polar compound solve in the polar solvent, non-polar compound solve in the non-polar solvent. So now we know that alkene, alkane, alkyne, all hydrocarbons are very less polar, therefore they are insoluble or immiscible in the water, because water is a polar and these are non-polar. These are having polarity, but these are very less polar. Therefore alkynes are insoluble in. Now in question form if they give, then alkynes are soluble or insoluble word given mean, then you may ask the questions are in water or in maybe organic solvent. Like this don't ask. The reason is, unless until given in the question you have to consider solvent is water. If they mention the solvent anything, according to that you have to follow. Not given means solvent is which one? Water. Therefore alkynes are soluble or insoluble in what you have to tell? Insoluble, because here solvent which one we have to consider? Water. Therefore solubility is insoluble in water. Reason, these are non-polar. Non-polar means don't consider totally non-polar, their polarity is very less, that is negligible. That's why here we are considering non-polar, but they are soluble in organic solvents, but soluble in organic solvents. What are the organic solvents? For example, carbon tetrachloride, CCl4, benzene, ether, alcohol, like this, anyone you can consider, they are soluble in water, organic solvent. Now melting point and boiling point, MPBP. So this statement also applicable to this chapter, because already in the previous chapter we discussed number of carbons increases, their melting point, boiling point increases. So the first one point is, what is that? Number of carbon increases, MP and BP increases, because mass increases, their boiling point, melting point both will be increases. Then second one is, what is that? Branching increases, boiling point will be decreases. Reason, the surface area will be decreased, because when branch increases means it look like the spherical shape. When spherical shape is there, the surface area will be less. According to mathematics also you can use the formula circle, triangle and sphere. Then sphere having area will be less. Therefore branching increases, boiling point will be decreases. And one more thing, this melting point is depends upon the packing, because it is solid. Solid is there mean depends upon the packing. More closely packed would mean boiling melting point more. Less closely packed mean is loosely bonded. That's why melting point will be less. But boiling point generally depends upon the polarity. It more polar, more boiling point, less polar, less boiling point. All these points already in the previous chapter I given. So now you will get the one question here. Pent 1 ine, pent 1 ene. If you consider their molar mass is nearly same, because its molecular formula C5H8, its molecular formula C5H10. So only 2 grams or 2 unified mass is difference, because here 2 hydrogen only difference, that's why mass only 2 difference. So we are comparing melting point or boiling point for any chapter. You have to keep in mind there should be comparable mass. When they are not comparable, one is very small, one is very large, anyway small is lower boiling point, higher is higher melting point or boiling point. When we have this near molar mass, then only we will compare. Now both are having near molar mass, then which will be the more melting point, which will be the more boiling point. Anyway, melting points are very rare we are discussing, because 1, 2, 3 compound only are studying here. So boiling point if you consider, or melting point also no problem. So these are comparable molar mass, meaning alkene and alkyne. Alkyne mean triple bond, alkene mean double bond. So 3 bond breaking required energy is more than the 2 bond energy. Therefore, it is strong bond. Triple bond is stronger than the double bond. Therefore, its melting point or boiling point will be greater than the alkene. This is ene, this is ine. This alkyne and alkene. So when comparable molar mass is there, which one having the more boiling point? Alkyne. Reason? Triple bond 1. Reason? One is triple bond energy is more than double bond energy. Don't consider is equal. This is double bond, this is triple bond. Then second one is van der Waals force is greater than the alkene. For alkene, van der Waals force will be greater due to here sp hybridized carbon makes it into more van der Waals force. Therefore, van der Waals force VDW mean what is that? Van der Waals force is greater in alkyne than the alkene. So these are the two reasons. That's why alkene comparison is there. Alkyne melting point, boiling point will be greater. And density of these alkynes are, density is nearly 0.731 gram centimeter inverse cube. Actually, you know the density formula, mass by volume, then it is kg by meter cube. Then here kg SI unit. Now we can convert to CGS unit. This is gram. This is SI unit. CGS unit is centimeter cube. Therefore, this is gram centimeter inverse cube is a unit here, 0.731. So these are the physical properties. Next class we will discuss about the chemical properties.